Hello, hello, and welcome back to Fate Extra CCC. So, today is gonna be the start of next part of the Let's Play, the CCC route, or basically the other half of the game. That explains a little bit about that Sakura thing there at the end of the last of the normal route. We are gonna pick up Archer. And I'm gonna talk about him when we get to the selection screen a little bit, because there are some special things about him.
スタート確認しました。お帰りなさいませ。ようこそ。こんにちは。ウェルカム。いつものように大変長らくお待ちしておりました。マスター、ここは量子虚構世界シリアルファンタズム。略称セラフに作られた仮想空間。失礼ですが、規則ですので、あなたのバリューをスキャンします。ラベル編入生カテゴリー U 測定拒否権につき免除クオリティ E-、確認しました。それでは表側の記録を読み込みます。申し訳ございません。記録の読み込みに失敗しました。あなたの名前が必要です。あなたの心が必要です。あなたの証が必要です。恐縮ですが、もう一度、あなたのお名前と性別、契約サーバントを入力してください。
Now, this is a pretty important decision for Archer, because I am going to show off his servant ending and the CCC route as well. But to get Archer's ending, you need to be the female character, because she gets she's the one who gets Archer's third SG, and you need all 3 SGs to complete the route. And also, Archer also has the biggest differences between gender, which is it does create an interesting dynamic between the characters. But yeah, if you want Archer's ending, pick the female character. As usual, we'll just go with where is it? Hakuno. Ishinami. And as well, let's just go for Haku. Whoops. No, it's okay. Yeah. Alright. And Archer. Technical. Fight by reinforcing projection skills. Yeah, as I said in Extra, as you guys also saw, Archer's fighting style is a bit more technical. It requires you to do a lot more setting up than Saber there. But he also can do quite good amounts of damage. So, yeah, we're going on with Archer. Yep.
確認しました。お待ちしておりました。おはようございます。それでは、いってらっしゃいませ。
Yeah, let's just skip this area. You don't need to see the prologue again. It's basically the same thing, so we're just gonna skip it. There's no end to this falling. Everything about my sense of direction has drifted away. Everything about my sense of self is being torn apart. Not only is my vision peeling off in blobs, but there are also possessions and memories. Soon not even my bones will remain. It looks like there's nothing more I can do. In other words, it's game over. I cried out, "What the hell?" as I screamed insults at myself. I'm sorry about that. Was too rash. That I made a mistake. That was wrong. In my tremendous regret, my face is filled with tears. That too was futile, because there's no one who can save me anymore. Has the moment passed or an eternity? There's nothing compared to falling through this space. It's like I'm weightless. I can no longer remember the light of day, the land I once stood on, and how many, and now some 100 million light years away. My limbs have been sundered for too long, suspended for too long, that I could no longer move as I want them to. It could be paralysis, or maybe atrophy. My eyes have forgotten light and have since lost their function. Same with my mind. I grew tired of this unchanging world as it gradually closing itself off. My body's like mud and my heart's like lead. I want to lay my mind to rest already. I want to forget myself already. Worrying that I might be here forever, I want to avert my eyes and break already. But there's still something bothering me at the edge of my consciousness. It may be my imagination, and maybe my mind clinging to a shred of hope, hallucinating. But there's a voice that I just can't let go unheard. The voice is coming from far, far away, leaving trails of light in its wake. A voice that is completely burning up, yet it accelerates faster. Look at the sky. Reach out your hand. Just say the word. Call out for. My throat and lungs burn from thousands of years of disuse. My voice still won't come out, even if I try to reach out, my fingers won't move. My mind accepts it's just a hallucination, and once again closes its lid on itself. And yet, I hear a voice that says, don't give up. Numerous lights pass through the darkness. Even as it's breaking apart, I can see a meteor cutting through the darkness. Another radiance, another voice. My lost throat, my weakened arm, lip fills with strength. That's right, his name is... Please come, Archer! There he is. My hands touch an outstretched arm. It feels real. The sensation of endless falling is gone, and all that remains in front of me is dear old. Rude.
ともあれ、無事で何よりだ。ムーンセルの異常も君を打ちのめすことはできなかったと見える。
A tan-skinned knight shrugs with a sigh. Does his usual fall off into the gratitude? But I'm not that naive anymore. Right now he's absolutely furious. We've only really known each other for days, but somehow, deep down, I understand his disposition. He's a knight of the bow, donning a red mantle. To him, one's loyalties are to be kept secret, while also being protected, even at the cost of one's life. That's definitely anger in Archer's eyes. Anger at the one who put his master in such a danger, and anger at himself. That really brings me back. The person I have forgotten up until now, who I couldn't completely forget even into the Garden of Oblivion, who swore to fight alongside me, Hakunu Kishinami's servant. He came to this darkness which extends eternally. He came to save me despite it burning him to do so. He's my irreplaceable comrade.
と、長話している状況ではないな。何が起きたのか、今君の体はどうなっているのか、様々な疑問があるだろう。そのすべては目覚めてからの話だ。立てるか？うん。力が入らないのなら、私が上まで連れて行くが。
I can tell from Death's face as he's saying it's safe now. Archer grips my hands even tighter. A single flash of warm blood rekindles my frozen body. My slumbering mind is now fully awakened.
それでこそだ。では、私は一足先に戻るとしよう。君の意識は覚醒した。今度こそ本当の意味で夢から目覚めることになる。
Archer's words gradually fade from my consciousness. So does the dazzling sea of stars, and so does the sight of Archer. In the end, the only thing I was sure of was the sensation of those fingers I touched. Even if everything else faded away, the feelings will remain. Yep. Save away. Into the next part. Chapter 1. Backyard of Eden, Subordination Garden.
女の話をしよう。目覚めた時から女は病理につながれていた。重い鎖はまんべんなく、つま先から頭までミイラのごとき死に化粧。自由がないと余人は憐れむ。自由はないと彼女は喜ぶ。鉄のドレスは難攻不落。城門開いたその奥に、あるのは乙女か魔性の罠か。他人の秘密は蜜の味というが、さて。
Yeah, let's just go again. Everything else is just exposition that we already saw. So let's just go ahead and do what needs to be done, right? Right, it's this one. We already know the concept. If you're watching this Let's Play, then yeah, it's this New Game Plus, so it really is just trying to speed up things, I guess, skip what we can. Really, if the game doesn't prompt me to skip, I'm not going to skip. But if it does, then that's what I'm doing. It only happens on this like little prologue area. It's just for us to get ahead into the game. Wooden desks, grained floor, and retro window frames. I'm struck by a strange sense of nostalgia. This is the year 2030. I wouldn't be able to find places like this. An old-timey school building was here back on Earth.
状況説明は終わったようだな。見たところ、体に異常もない。君が無事で何よりだ。では早速、探索を始めるとしようか。普段通りに何を見ても驚かない冷静さでね。
Behind me is a voice I've heard before. His calm voice belongs to Archer. It's only been several minutes since we reunited during our fall through that starry sky. That reunion was just a while ago for me anyways. He must have been waiting several hours for all I know. My memory's still hazy, so I can't really recall all the things Archer and I did together throughout the Holy Grail War. Still, getting to meet again makes me happy. I say good morning in response when... What are you wearing, my guy? Standing there with his eyebrows furrowed was Archer in unexpected clothing. What's with the costume?
断っておくが、私の趣味ではない。こちらに引き込まれた後、目を覚ますとこの姿になっていてね。
Yeah, I'm sure you're not into it.
基本システム変更による強制的なドレスコードのようだ。スーツ姿でなければ入店できないというあれだよ。さくら君の言葉によると、サーバント用の拘束具らしい。主に精神面のものだろう。まったく、このルールを作った者が何者か知らんが、一言言ってやりたい気分だ。なんだって肌をここまで露出させる。首はもう意味不明だ。さらに、このタグには何と入っていると思う？
What does the tag say? What could it be? Like peace in the home?
レッドワンチャンス。レッドワンちゃんと来た。バカにするのも程がある。
I'm calling you a red dog. Yeah. I desperately resisted an urge to burst out in laughter. Wow, I just could have been sent by the system like that by coincidence, but one could say this has got some terrific sense of convincingly humiliate Archer like this. Still, Archer's trademark is his red coat and black bodysuit. These clothes are like... as a woman, I feel rude looking at him.
何かね、その顔は。私には何かをこらえているように見えるが、言いたいことがあるなら言ってみたまえ。
Why'd you take the chain off your collar? So I asked him if he took, why he took the chain off his collar.
何
I think it's disgraceful to be misleading like this. The design, the collar. I don't know who designed this costume, but that person must have put a chain on the collar. I can feel that from my very soul. And yet, why is there only the tag attached? Should there be a chain to cover his bare skin?
そんなものはない。まだ頭が鈍っているのか、それとももともとおかしいのか。
You're kidding me. If anyone is crazy, is that someone? I can't believe it. Imagine forgetting the chain. And how now I might accidentally see all sorts of things when he swings his two swords around. As a master, I have to deal with this dangerous man. What should I do?
どうもこうもない。そりゃ見えるだろう。裸なんだから。危険物とか失礼だな君は。君も年頃の女性だ。この衣装ではやりづらかろうと気を使っていた俺がアホのようじゃないか。
Akuno, a mature girl? Really? Nah, I'm obviously joking. It's something wrong. I understand how Archer feels, no matter how he looks like, as long as he's Archer, I don't mind. Thus, it's just told Archer a joke to help him relax, but it didn't quite go as planned.
そうだったのか。すまん。気を使ってくれたのはそちらの方だったのに。ともあれ、安心してくれ。実はね、鎖だけは先ほど外しておいたんだ。これなら何の問題もないだろう。
Say what now?
さて、話も落ち着いたところで、今度こそ探索を再開するぞ。言うまでもないが、異常事態だ。気を引き締めて進んでくれ。何？緊張は必要だが、恐れは不要だよ。私は君の剣であり、盾でもある。
Archer throws me a fearless smile. Yeah, it's a little, I sigh a little in relief. His clothes may be different, but this is unmistakably Archer. I may have forgotten many things, but I get the feeling that I can endure any fear or anxiety as long as he fights by my side.
まずは生徒会室だ。さくら君の話では、君より早く目覚めているマスターがいるそうだ。
Now that I think about it, yeah, the student council room is on the second floor, so they said. Let's head over quickly. Yep. Yeah, right. Then we had all the explanation, we were stuck in the moon cell, etc, etc. Got an explanation introducing every character and stuff like that. Anyways, we can't access the SGs yet. We have our money from the last playthrough. We're still level 1. If we chose a saber, we would have our level would have carried over. Other than that, the status is the same. Our equipment, we still have the equipment. There we go. Let's get. We have the. This one's pretty much one of the best ones. Give us 3 revives. For now, let's just go for red base mystic code and where is it? Shockwave, Surge, Strike. Items. You just have the outfits. The items don't carry over. As you can see, we have the saber outfits and we have our outfits. So yeah, we don't need to waste money on that thing anymore. And it's the same as usual. Alright, Sakura. Oh yes, if you'd like, please take this. It's not much, but it's just some supplies. The labyrinth is an unknown arena. Please be very careful. Right, I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight to it. Not talk to anyone except important characters for the CCC route. It is gonna be a bit of a speedy walkthrough. Kiltomini isn't here yet. We can only start the CCC route in earnest when we get the 5 meditations program. As soon as I leave the school building, Sakura stops me to talk. Maybe she wants to see me off.
気をつけてください。迷宮の中は彼女の領域です。もし出会ってしまったら、絶対に逆らったりしないように。
Her? Judging by her name of speaking, her must refer to the labyrinth ruler. No, the cause of our dilemma is, it sounds like. Maybe Sakura knows what our enemy is?
そうですね。私が言えることじゃありませんでした。危なくなったらすぐに帰ってきてください。
今のは強制退去だったな。上級 AI といえど校舎の外に出るのは相応の消耗を強いるようだ。彼女にも彼女なりの事情があるのだろう。ムーンセルの AI 管理は徹底している。
Indeed, Archer.
たとえムーンセルから見放された月の裏側であろうとも、原則として彼女に自由はないんだ。
Sure, Archer is right. Sakura's words concern me, but his first priority right now is to investigate Sakura Labyrinth. An unknown arena constructed from the far side of the moon. Is there really something waiting for us? And so we advance. This area is, this route, I mean, is a bit, like the, Heaven's Field route in Stay Night. More in like it involves around Sakura a lot. I guess you could say. There are also some similar, notes, I guess you could say. Some little, plot beats, a little bit. It's hard to explain, really. It just feels like a Heaven's Field route to me. Sakura Labyrinth, escape from the new moon. I test myself descending into the abyss. After this feeling of drowsy intoxication wears off, we find ourselves in a strange place. Our first sign of the setting sun against the horizon, and towering castle spires all around us. I can see the ground. The path extends out before us like strung thread. The smell of iron blended with the breeze as if staining the sublime scenery is inconceivable scent of blood.
Stop.
Signal confirmed. Can you hear me, Hakuno? This is the student council room. Currently, our resources are set to prioritize the safeguarding of our digital shell, Hakuno. Though we call it an arena, there is the far side of the moon, a null realm formed out of imaginary numbers. By measuring every number that composes you, we're preventing the collapse of your significance, Hakuno. The transmission from Leo is all clear. How many number of measurements and collapse of significance means that as long as they are monitoring me from the student council room, my position will be lost. Yes, to make a simple comparison, you're in the water. Please think of it as giving you oxygen to breathe, Kishinami. The monitor and sensors are both excellent. Though we can't scan the Sakura Labyrinth, we can substitute you as a monitoring device to survey the surroundings. The labyrinth is a structure for the arena. Now, there's biosigns. Biosigns readings are all across the labyrinth. Biosigns. Basically, there are humans in the labyrinth who entered before us. No, since the game was only just built, no life form should be inside the labyrinth. If there are, then that means they were in the Sakura Labyrinth from the start, or perhaps they were victims who couldn't escape the old school building. That's likely, I think, but how strange. Despite the large these biosigns are, I can't read any IDs. I'm sorry, currently these biosigns are unknown. Kishinami, can you see your map? You can read your surroundings as well as things like enemy readings in the area. That said, all that we can do is fix the camera on you and monitor your situation. So please, take every precaution. If things become dangerous, please return at once. As Sakura says, we're maintaining the staircase between your current location and the school building right now. If you experience any peril, head back now. Now, please explore the arena.
Master.
Don't be nervous, Master. It feels slightly different, but it's the same old arena. There should be no problem. As long as you direct me with a cool head, as you always have, we'll be fine. The rest of it is my job. Archer boldly gazes over the arena without a shred of fear. That's what's with this uncertain uneasiness I feel. Compared to me, who can hardly tell right from left from right, Archer's composed. The far side of the moon is an unknown space to Archer too. Maybe he can just relax despite this change, as he puts absolute trust in his instructions. My anxiety mounts. Sure, I understand what Archer and I are in the same boat. I really feel that way too. However, I can't find any of those memories, those experiences. It's pathetic of me not to remember what we did in the Holy Grail War. But how could Kishinami truly handle these battles with so much trust placed in her? Well, aren't you unusually cautious? Did you recall something that like Alice's reality marvel is similar, but not as bad? Art urges me forward. Yeah, there's no time for hesitation. I'm anxious as to if he'll live up to the trust he puts in me, but right now we need to clear this arena. Alright, off we go. Tutorial battles.
Stop.
Oh, an enemy program, is it? How did you remember how to fight? Yeah, yes, okay, I got it. Impressive. Well then, let's commence with the extermination.
始めよう。
Yeah, we'll just...
ま、なんだするさ。
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit of a while. There we go.
やるじゃないか。
They actually get some nice new animations there.
そういうことか。サーバントを残しておいたのは余裕ではなく、手を施した後だったとはな。
Yep, you're back to level 1, buddy. Huh? Archer's acting strange. After defeating this hostile progress so gallantly, all I see is the look of defeat.
マスター、落ち着いて聞いてくれ。君が得た経験値はなくなった。私は召喚初期レベルに戻っている。
Yep.
すべてはこの高速具の効果だろう。いや、おかしいとは思ったが、そういう理由なら納得だ。こんなことを言うのもなんだが、私たちを月の裏側に落としたものが何であるかは不明にしても、伊達や水郷だ。こんな服装を強制する極めの敵なら、この先頭の痛い展開になるからね。
When my server told me it was unexpected, I wasn't that surprised. Because I'm in a similar position, Archer's skills are gone and my memories are hazy. One could say we're pretty similar in that regard.
本当ですか？僕のガウェインは至って正常ですか？
Of course he is.
だよ。宝具について質問を。スキルはともかく、
It is
宝
not.
具は健在か？
An old phantasm, a servant's trump card, the proof that one of the hero is a heroic spirit, which reveals one's true name. All servants have a legend representing their origins, which can treat as a weapon. If they're a famous fencer who wields the secret sword technique, if they're a heroic spirit of mythology, they wield the miracles spoken of in their legend. Archer's no exception to that. If I recall correctly, Archer's noble phantasm...
宝具も封じられているな。これは高速具とは別の強制的なロックのようだ。
Yep.
困りましたね。その服を着せられている限り、サーバントは初期値のままなのでしょうか？
それはないと思います。召喚中のサーバントを初期化するなんてムーンセルでも難しいことですから、その霊装にかけられた呪いは一度きりです。来た瞬間にスキルがリセットされますが、その代償として呪いも消滅しています。
おや、そうなのですか。では問題ありませんね。逆に幸運と考えましょう。
どこがだね。
幸運ですよ。1から10に進む。最弱から最強に至る。何もないところから窮地を乗り越えて成長する。
Basically, us becoming the underdog is how we win.
それが誰の得意分野なのか、共に戦ってきたあなたの方がよく知っているでしょう、アーチャー。では探索の再開を。あなたたちならこの逆境もプラスに変えると僕は確信していますよ。
Archer reluctantly accesses to Leo's words. It feels strange that Leo knows more details about Archer and Hakushinami than myself. Given my hazy memories, I can't let it stop though. Anyway, let's press on. Indeed.
こんなところか。
There's a good old fountain there that put us save if we ever need it. And hiya! We do need a bit of XP, so let's just go all out on this. Up, 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 up. And we got 3 chain. One more hit. And it's done.
やるものだ。
There we go, we got Hunting Weakened.
一つスキルを取り戻した。確認しておくように。
We will indeed. We can take a look at it right now, actually.
手早く片付けるぞ。
We got 3 projection here, and then we can just put Hurting here.
切り込む。それそう。食らいつけ。フルンディング。
Yet strength down.
そんなものかね。
It's a debuff, basically.
進むぞマスター。
It's a debuff. Basically what that thing is. Yeah, I know how to use items.
もう一声。プレイヤーの意欲を上げてほしいが。
But yeah, that thing is just a debuff. It also works as a damage dealing. That's not useful. Archer feels better about being reset, but it's still crushing through these hostile programs with ease despite that. Stoic called the reliable side of his back. Archer takes a deep sigh, lowering his shoulders feebly.
どうやら私の杞憂ではないようだ。マスター、後で話がある。まずはここを出よう。
Sounds like Archer noticed as I fought. These are discrepancies in our memories and experiences. Huge gaps between my memories and Archer's memories of our fights. Before I had even realized I had lost something important. I focused. And during my desire to return quickly, Archer also said we would talk later. Right now I need to focus on clearing this labyrinth. There's the wall. A sturdy door blocks our way. It looks like an arena continues past this door though.
見たことのない扉ですね。材質はブラックアイス型プログラム。セキュリティレベルはスター。さくら、何ですか？このスターという記号は。
私も初めて見ました。セキュリティレベルはサーバントのパラメーターと同じものです。最も強いセキュリティレベルは A、弱いものは E、例外として EX がありますけど、スターなんてカテゴリーはありません。待ってください。映像を解析します。これだけ視覚データがあるなら、ここからでもスキャニングして。嘘、計測不能。カウントがオーバーしているんじゃなくて、数値にすることができない。ありえません。ムーンセルのライブラリにもない新種の防壁なんて。
Sakura shrieks in astonishment. From her perspective as a Mooncell AI, this don't appears to be against common sense. No, apparently there's a level that shouldn't exist.
その防壁については後だ。周囲の量子が大きく揺らいでいる。用心しろ。俺の勘だが、おそらく。
Julius? The comms suddenly cut out. The voices from the student council room drown out like a sandstorm-like interference. Don't reach me. There.
そこまでよ、三流マスターとその下僕。スカンピンのくせに人の心をまじまじと見ないでくださる？
I suddenly hear a voice and turn around, but no one's behind me. Where was that voice coming from? More importantly, this voice, if I recall correctly.
Yo koso, 私の城へ。これっぽっちも嬉しくないけど、歓迎だけはしてあげる。
ここで通さかりんとはな。どうやらいろいろな意味で最悪の展開になってきたようだぞ。
Yeah, she's right, Tosaka. She's the one of the masters who participated in the Holy Grail War, a wizard of a spectacular ability and a shoo-in to win. However, by the way she spoke right now, sounds like she's the ruler of the labyrinth.
まるでじゃないわ。まさしくよ。相変わらず気の抜けた子ね。
全くの同意見だが、話は後だ。今、ここは君の城だと聞こえたが。
そうだって言ってるじゃない。私はこの城のクイーンにして、ムーンセルの新しい支配者。そう、しぶとく生き残ったあなたたちを管理支配する月の女王様とお呼びなさい。
ついに狂ったか。
Yeah. Rin is the Queen of the Moon. Stubbornly survived, is referring to us, I guess. She's saying that she controls and rules over us.
そっちの考えもお見通しよ。月の裏側から出たいんでしょ。だから唯一の出口であるこの迷宮にやってきた。でも残念。絶対に出してあげないから。
Big talk for the first boss.
だいたい表に戻ってどうするの？あなたの実力じゃせいぜい2回戦止まり。すぐにやられて死んじゃうだけよ。それとも自分から死にたい趣味なわけ？そういうことならここで私がいただいても OK よね。
Unbelievable. Even for me with my hazy memory, Rin's uncharacteristic behavior comes as a huge shock. Rin did believe in meritocracy, but she also has honesty and integrity. I heard my rival, someone more desperate, dependable than anyone, has such cold air around her now.
ほんとバカなんだから。おとなしく校舎に隠れていればいいのに、のこのこと亀みたいにやってきたんだもの。この城は私たちの城。入ったものは私たちの所有物よ。ビタ一文見逃さないから覚悟なさい。
Rin is serious. While licking her lips, she raises her arm threateningly. I see the proof of her being a master. Command seals.
来るかなさ。
ご名答。さあ、出番よ、ラッサ。
Although, it's not the same one. Hey, Lancer. Lancer? Well, that's a young girl with red hair. Sure, Rin's servant's in fact a Lancer, but this sounded different from what I remember.
やつではない。いや、下手をするとより厄介か。下がれマスター。この女、半英雄だ。
いいじゃない。気に入ったわ。これが今回のエクセレントなメインディッシュというわけ。退屈な生贄にも飽きてきたところだし、この子たちならいい声を聞かせてくれそう。そこの豚、名前を名乗りなさい。
答えるなよマスター。あの手の輩とは会話が成立しないし、そもそもさせなくていいものだ。
豚を豚と呼んで何がいけないの？むしろ誇りに思いなさい。この私に名前を呼ばれるのよ。ほら早くブヒーって泣いて。泣きなさい。泣けってば泣いてください。泣かないの？嘘。どういうことよ。この世界なら何でも私の思い通りになるって言ってたのに。話が違うじゃない、マネージャー。もう頭痛が止まらないわ。
The servant starts staring out her own hair. She's been spewing nonsense, but her eyes are filled with madness. Even a novice like myself can tell this red girl has defeated countless servants. Archer can probably detect a waft of blood coming from Lancer better than I can.
ちょっとランさん落ち着いて。たまたまあいつらが言うことを聞かないのはたまたまだってば。
Yeah, yeah.
っていうかぶっ刺せば全て解決よ。あなたの槍で貫かれれば誰だって泣くもの、物理的に。そうだったわ。さすがねリー。あなたのそういう切れるところ味方ながら恐ろしいわ。それはこっちのセリフよ、ランサー。本当はバーサーカーなんじゃないかって疑うくらい頼もしい感触持ちだし。
Huh.
褒めてもお金はあげないわよ、リン。
Right.
そっちこそ今日も目いっぱいただ働きしてもらうわ。その切り返し最高。楽しいわね、リン。株で大失敗した時ぐらい楽しいわ。
Well, they're distracted. Let's get out of here.
どうしてこうなった？
It's really funny watching Archer reactions to Rin in this game. It's really funny. Of course, it's no time for you to stun. Honestly, I want to pretend like I saw nothing and just leave, but that's how his strength and bloodlust is real deal. What do we do? Should we fight or run? Get out of there.
よく踏みとどまった。得体の知れぬ相手と戦うにはまだ情報が少なすぎる。
I agree with my servant. If all else fails, retreat, or something like that. We don't know our opponent's abilities or who they are, and more, our stats are reduced. Challenging them won't accomplish anything. Besides, while hard to believe, Brennan and Lancer are busy laughing that they don't notice what we're doing. Slowly, quietly, we retreat until they're sufficiently far enough that we make a break for it.
あれランサーカモネギはもしかしてもう倒しちゃったはあ私一歩も動いてないわよっていないわねリンあなたバカじゃないのあんたにだけは言われたくないわよ
These two are made for each other. We run through the labyrinth, putting Rin in that red servant voice behind us. We don't seem to be chasing us, but this brings up two new mysteries. That we're blocking away, and a completely changed Rin Tosaka. From the way Rin spoke, she's the ruler of this labyrinth, and the mastermind who trapped us in the school building. Just what on earth happened to her, I wonder. Here we are. We finally connected. Haruki Hakuno.
申し訳ありません。
Just now, there was an odd jamming. It seems like some sort of singing voice was obstructing our voice channel. However, we're getting all of your visuals. We have confirmation with Stoic and her servant. We'll immediately prepare for some countermeasures for the wall in the jamming. Please rest for now, Hakuno.
報告します
Good work, Shinami. I used my administration privilege to create my room for you, so please use it. It's located at the back of the second floor. It's been adjusted to cut off all monitoring, a fully private room. Our calls might still go through, but other than that, it's okay to sleep as much as you like. Hey, Julius. So you're back, and I've heard from the student council. Return to my second floor, my room, in rest. The school's currently under maintenance, and it is an old build model after all. We can't let it end up like the near side of school. The system is down except for one room, and NPCs are in forced sleep. You hurry back and get some rest too. Thanks. Now, we don't have fast travel yet, so we have to physically walk there. Here we go. I entered the private room Sakura prepared for us. It's a space totally just for my servant and me. Outside the window, it's nighttime. Apparently, it indicates all communications with the student council room has been severed. Here, we can talk about things we don't want others listening to.
また随分と雰囲気のある部屋だな。夕焼けの校舎、夜の個室。
Well, at least this room has a bed.
体を休められるのなら文句はないが。
Since this will be our base from now on, Archer cautiously checks the room. As for me, pathetically, the moment I entered the room, I was drained of my strength. Too much has happened, so my mind and body are exhausted. Archer clears his throat with a ahem, and calmly begins to speak with this amateur of a master.
マスター、一つ確認しておきたいことがある。君は記憶を失っているな。
Yes, I am. I answer Archer's questions honestly, albeit with hesitation. I can't lie to him, even without my full memories. My body pleads for me not to do so.
やはりそうか。あるいは君が私を騙し通せるほどの偽物。
Well, viewers would know about being fake, right? Archer stares at me intensely as if looking through me. Truthfully, as I am now, I have definite proof of even who I am. I have memories of fighting alongside him in the Holy Grail War, but no matter how hard I try, I only see clouded scenes. Maybe. Everything, including these hazy memories, are dummies planted inside of me by someone.
ああ、その可能性はないな。そんな情けない顔をできるマスターは君ぐらいなものだ。君は間違いなく私を呼びつけたマスターだよ。こちらも記憶を喪失しているが、それだけは忘れるものか。
So Archer says while crossing his arms with his usual smug pose. He finds enjoyment in this. Wait, hold on. Did you just say something rude about me?
なんだその顔は。なぜ椅子を持ち上げている。振り下ろす気か。
I mean, he's saying he forgot. All memories of his master up until now, so...
まさか、殴れば思い出すなどと。 女性らしさまで忘れているのか君は。
Buddy, that's gonna give you the chair.
あ、いや、そもそも最初から。
Yep, you're gonna get a chair. Personal punishment is not over. My memory may be hazy, but just good and feel satisfied when after a little protest. Truly, the human body is filled with secrets and mysteries.
とにかく整理しよう。実は君同様、私の記憶にも曖昧なところがある。君と共に聖杯戦争を戦った記憶はあるが、部分書き消されたように不明瞭になっている。君のは何者かの意図による記憶障害だが、こちらは当然の結果だ。同じものと考えるのは乱暴だがね。サーバントの場合、表から裏に移動すること自体がありえないことなのだろう。
Prep for this after hearing it from Gawain, but Archer's confession still came as a shock. Even my servant has memory loss, not just me. Yet, despite that, Archer's gaze hasn't a glint of worry. It glows with a strong sense of trust.
いずれにせよ、お互い改めてやり直したな。未熟なマスターに無名の英霊。
The biggest underdog team there was.
それでも君が自分の選んだサーバントを信じる限り、やるべきことは変わらない。
Archer's voice beams with confidence. In the face of his reliability, I nod in reply, bring me with determination too.
いい返答だ。それでこそ俺の。いや、持ち上げるのは良くないな。では体を休め、明日に備えよう。サボっている暇はないぞ。人生。
Oops. Yep, let's save and yeah, we're gonna end today's part when how do I say it? With the just gonna speed this up so it. Yeah, it's very big, so I'm just gonna speed it up. Holy hell, there's so many save files. When we get Rin's first SG is when we end today's part. Woke up with the ringing sound like an alarm clock. It's a call from instant council room. Waking up after getting plenty of sleep, I see the school in its sunset. So this school really doesn't have any concept of day and time, thus it seems.
目は覚めたか？では、生徒会室に向かおう。どうした？何か不満か？ああ、部屋の様子か。確かに日差しが入ると寂しい。
We'll get some accessories later on, don't worry, Archer.
やはり鍋の一つもないのでは。藤村先生がいれば、
There we go.
の一つや二つ。
You have the right
家で
idea.
も押し付けられるのだが、とすまん。私が引き止めてどうする？急ごうマスター。レオのことだ。すでに対策を立てているだろう。
Alright, let's just go in here.
ドアはきちんと閉めたか？結構。
Perfect battles, one achieved. That battle a while ago was a perfect victory, wasn't it? Is your intuition on point again? Or is the system just on this side just easy? Well, whichever it is, it's a welcome outcome. No need to fuss over perfect victories, but I will ask you keep leading me to well.
しかし、妙な展開になってきたな。月の裏側に古い校舎とは、ノスタルジーにも程がある。この事態を収集し、一刻も早く月の表側に戻るぞ。いいな、マスター。マスター？どうやらなくした記憶について考えているようだが、時間の無駄だ。記憶の件は仕方あるまい。むしろ、君の数々の失態をなかったことにできて、ラッキーだろ。
My many blunders. Was it really that lousy of a master?
ま、口に出すのをはばかられるほどには。私がどれだけ苦労したことか。教える時間がないのが残念だよ。いつも振り回された挙句、気づけばこんな月の裏側だ。私の苦労も忍ばれるというものだろう。
Leaving the other masters also dragged into this affair. Maybe there's a higher power involved here.
おう、少しだけ調子が戻ってきたな。うなだれているよりも、そうやって顔を上げている方が君らしい。記憶や経験はいくらでも補える。案外、何かの拍子であっさり戻るかもだ。 今優先すべきは月の表側に戻ること。私はサーバントとして必ず君を聖杯戦争に戻す。悩んでいる。
I'm surprised. Who expected Archer to say something like this? Only his clear and sarcastic and patronizing words linger in the memories I was able to hang on to.
なるほど。君の記憶にある私は随分と歪曲されているらしい。まあ、事実ではあるが。しかし実際、私ほど素直で親しみやすいサーバントはいないんだぞ。セラフ調べナンバーワンだと覚えていないか？
Open, easy going. What is this feeling? My brain is vehemently rejecting his words.
空見ろ。三つ子の魂100までというやつだ。記憶などなくても根底にあるものは消え去らない。記憶はなくとも私たちはチームだ。それだけで今十分だろ。
Yeah, I guess it's fine. Alright, and just normal stuff. It seems you and I can exert our full power. Move cautiously to avoid impulsive reflexes. And yeah, also here we got the information matrix with everyone. We can also read BB's entire thing that we didn't get to read in the final part because the game just ended. So let's take a look at this. CCC, Crest-Cutting Crater. An attack of the world committed by BB using the Moon Cell, also the imaginary Spiritron Pits. A world purged by means of rewriting events, making maximum use of the EX rank skill BB had acquired, Potnia Theron. The mother of the Earth goddess created the Earth, in other words, the root of all things. An anti-world level phantasm that outputs information like an ultra-precise 3D printer that crushes the present world with the world designed by the user. The space BB eroded becomes imaginary space, and a curse that consumes reality. CCC, as the name suggests. It's a cursed pit that bores out reality. In addition to scattering and reconstruction of all objects present on an atomic level, it is capable of rewriting information such as a coincidence or luck. While theoretical, it is possible to distort the time axis by interfering with gravitational fields and rewrite the laws of cause and effect. When used in combat, BB's shapeshifter ability familiar engulfs the target, turns to a sphere, and wipes away from the dimension along with the target. Normally, it should be impossible to take a structure capable of sharing values on the far side of the moon and imaginary space. The part of the Solar Phantasm was established BB's internal world of the Sacral Labyrinth. Remnant of those days. In the preliminaries, her free will was unleashed by Kiara. She couldn't control her status anomaly and overloaded. Since NPCs only follow their routine, they ignored Sakura as they disintegrating to nothing. As in the prelims, the Moon Cells only performs a check at the end of the day, so Sakura was in danger of being terminated. Witnessing this anomaly, Hakuto Kishinami called out to her, "Are you okay?" she asked. On the verge of termination, receiving an observation of being here by another helped Sakura recover from unconsciousness, and while being nursed, acquired the ego of wanting to be here. The self-destruction was averted. What happened afterwards need not be said. When the next day comes, the Moon Cells erases everything to continue the miracle of this single day. Sakura used her privilege as an advanced AI to repeat these days she met Hakuto Kishinami for 69 days. But as days passed, Sakura began to suffer from self-contradictions as an AI from the fact of dragging Hakuto Kishinami into this. In the Holy Grail of War, all participant masters, save one, will die. Not to begin with, Hakuto Kishinami is. Sakura suffered between selfish looping these happy times for eternity and the feelings for Hakuto Kishinami. In the end, she chose to steal 69 days of her memory, the love she acquired, and return to being normal AI. An AI unable to delete records. That's why, to reset herself, she transferred her memories to a backup frame, believing he'd be the best of Hakuto Kishinami. But even if the memories of the mind are lost, the memories are recorded and the body lives on. The girl that should have forgotten everything, went back to being a normal AI, was shaken by emotional values of unknown origin every time she talked to Hakuto Kishinami. Meanwhile, the backup she transferred her memory to couldn't forgive that self of hers, and planning to destroy the Moon Cell systems towards a certain objective, decided to rebel and make her move as BB. In real time, she sees the far side of the moon. Between the end of the 5th and start of the 6th round, the 4 yet to be eliminated Hakuto Kishinami, Leo, Rin, Rani, as well as the irregular Jinako, were abducted from the Holy Grail War while still alive. Defeated masters such as Shinjimato, Gato, Julius were moved to an imaginary space 0.00001 seconds before the firewall could have annihilated them, prolonging their momentary lives. Regardless, CCC is a dream that BBC is having. If the dreamer is gone, the world should return to reality where nothing ever happens. By the way, the original scenery from this prologue was that Hakuno Kishinami saw in her nightmare was an artificial paradise based on the discarded 69 days. After pulling Hakuno Kishinami to the far side, Bibi sent the digital frame to the old school building, put her in a deep sleep, and seals her in a never-ending dream. Ordinarily, she would have lived in peace that way, but due to a strong bond with her servant, or perhaps Hakuno's willful rejection of these peaceful days, the artificial garden cracked and Hakuno noticed. To return Hakuno Kishinami into her deep sleep, Bibi tried to reset the school building and redo the dream, but Hakuno managed to escape from the reset and left further into imaginary space. It was deeper at the bottom of the id, beneath the unconscious. It was the depth of the collective unconscious that saved Hakuno Kishinami, who leaped into the domain Bibi couldn't reach, and it was the voice of the servant who shared their fate. Thus, the contract was sealed, and so Hakuno Kishinami woke up in the old school building, left on the far side of the moon. Yep, I was basically just explaining a little bit. We'll get more about on this in the CCC route. This is the gallery. It basically just shows off all the things. This is the SGs. This is servant SG with a few other things. This is the trial things. This is Saber's SGs, things like that. You can see there's not much difference. There are a few that are different depending on male and female characters. And yeah, that's it. And now we close it. We have something new for us, actually. The swimsuit. Let's take a look at how it looks, shall we? It's just a school swimsuit, really. Nothing all that fancy. I think it's this one, or... No, it's not this one, it's this one. There we go. Archer still only has this one. We'll get more for him later on. Alright, off we go to the student council room. For that, I'm actually curious about if Kotomini is here yet. Nope, alright. Carol's there, but they're anything special. Only like in chapter 2 or 3 do we need to talk to them.
早速ですが前回のおさらいを。まずは初期代理の兄さんからどうぞ。
迷宮探索の成果は2つ。1つは未知のルーチンで作られた防護扉の発見だ。あの後記録したデータを元に解析したがプログラムを読むことさえできなかった。レオにできないということは他の誰にもできないということだ。あの扉のハッキングは不可能だろう。
兄さん、それ大げさじゃないですか。僕はお手上げでしたけど、他の人ならあっさり解けるかもしれませんよ。
まあ可能性はゼロではないが、生徒会はあの扉をシールドと呼称。今後はシールドの突破が最優先課題となる。
Yep, it's basically just exposition right now.
実際シールドを抜けないと先には進めませんからね。では会計代理の画面どうぞ。
あなたが遭遇した遠坂凛とそのサーバントについて分析結果を伝えます。結論から言って遠坂凛は本物です。彼女の言動にはおかしな点が見られましたが、大まか我々の記憶通りの性格でした。
いや、あそこまでなんでもない。続けてくれ。
彼女は月の女王を名乗り、彼女を捕らえようとしました。我々のことを生き残りとも。理由は分かりませんが、 彼女がこの事態の原因であり、我々を閉じ込めている敵と見て間違いないでしょう。遠坂凛のサーバントはランサー。これも我々の記憶通りです。多少の差異はありましたが。
いや、ガウェイン卿、さすがにそれは。
ユリウス、レオの結論に何か異論が？
続けてくれ。確かにどうあれ倒さねばならない相手だ。中身がどうだのはさまつな問題だった。
それでこそユリウスです。では続きを。ランサーはサーバントとしてそれほど強力ではありません。せいぜい B プラスから A クラスです。油断しなければ十分に撃破できる相手かと。
When his started nonchalantly, but a B plus to A servant is top class. This is what sucks about the standard prodigies have.
また通信を妨害したのはランサーの特殊スキルであることも判明しました。ランサーの出自、宝具は不明ですが、妨害に関しては有効な周波数を複数用意しましたので、今後は対応できるかと。
完璧です。さすがですね、ガウェイン。騎士として戦うだけでなく、魔術、電子戦の素養まであるとは。
いえ、これも騎士のたしなみ。政権の担い手だからといってそれだけにあぐらをかくのはどうかと。王ならともかく騎士は政権をぶっ破するだけの簡単な仕事ではありませんから。
さて、現状この2点が僕たちの前に立ちふさがっている問題です。
Nope.
はい、会長、小生の出番はいかが？
In Gineco's chapter, later, not now.
ないようなので話を進めます。女王を名乗ったミス遠坂とランサーに関してはまだ情報が足りませんが、戦力さえ増強できれば十分に対応可能でしょう。問題はシールドです。こちらは明確な方針のもとかからないと打開はできないでしょう。ですので摂政員キアラさんにこのデータを渡してきていただけますか？
Oh yeah, you know that name, don't you? We hesitate on the shield. I don't mind passing along to Kiara, but I wonder what's it to her.
どうしても何も可能性の話です。現状僕たちでは解析できないのなら他の方に当たってみるべきでしょう。彼女が風聞通りの方なら非合法の防壁破りを知っているかもしれないという期待はありますが。
Rumors about Kiara? What in the world's that about?
よろしくお願いします。僕と彼女では話が成立しません。価値観と立場が違いすぎて。
摂政院、はて、どこかで聞いた覚えが。
Yep.
なんだこの頭痛は。頭が割れる。なんたること。その名を思い出そうとすると小生どうにかなっちゃいそうである。
I'll let Magato do this thing. Nothing else is going on. I'll try meeting up with Kiara. And meeting up with her we are. We need the meditations program before we actually start the CCC route proper. There she is. Hey Kiara.
おや、深刻なお顔ですのね。未知のアリーナに侵入したと聞きましたが、そこで何かあったのですか？
I tell Kiara about what occurred in the Sacral Labyrinth. About how, with the backup of the Student Council, we forayed into the unknown arena. About how we were obstructed by the mysterious wall and met with Rin.
なんということでしょう。私が自らの力不足でいじいじと壁のシミを数えている間にそんなことが、ですが 私安心しました桜迷宮だなんておとなしい顔なのにお盛んなのですね。
Kara claps her hands together while blushing. Why?
だってさくらさんの中に大勢で強引に入るなんて、それも初めてだったのでしょ。そんな荒事を面と向かってお話しされては、私も女ですから。
I'm changing my opinion of her. She may actually be quite the oddball.
は？そういう話ではない？桜迷宮というのはアリーナの名前？あらあら、まあごめんなさい。身勝手な妄想を聞かせてしまいました。そうですよね。あなたに限ってそんな
I wonder if Kiara had any in-depth knowledge of sex at all. Haha! Yeah, I'll get to figure that one out in this route. Put that aside, I hand over the shield data I got from Leo. I explained the situation to Kiara and asked her for advice. Any little details she might think of will help. And then...
拝見させていただきました。これは解けません。いえ、解いてはいけないものです。
Kiara says she would stare straight at me and rebukes me for trying to destroy the shield.
ですが、そう言っていられる場合ではありませんね。このデータの方に、その遠坂凛さんという方は何か言っていませんでしたか？その扉に触れたら許さない、デリカシーに欠ける女性の敵、悔しいけど感じてしまうとか。
I recall my conversation with Rin. Now that I think about it, don't look into someone's heart. I think you said something to that effect.
やはりそうでしたか。この防壁は秩序だってロジックでできたものではありません。これは人の感情、見せられない本性、属性を実体化させた心の壁です。要は秘密を守る心の働きですね。地上ではサイコセラピーの際、患者の精神にダイブして苦しみの原因を取り除く医療法があるのですが、その際高い確率でこの壁は現れます。疑似レオさんは医療、臨床心理学には疎いのでしょう。わからないのは無理もありませんわね。とはいえ、これほどの規模と強度のものは私も初めて見ました。
I get them. A mental wall, that's what this shield really is. Rin said that the arena was her castle, which means that the wall is Rin's self-defensive mind. Beyond it lies Rin's secret.
落ち着きたまえ。自分を見せたくないのも隠されたものを見たがるのも人の心理だな。
Yeah, I guess.
その前に霊を知るのが人間だぞ。
こうなっては仕方ありません。心の壁、シールドを壊すことは反対ですが、リンさんは以前とは人が違っているのですね。であれば荒療治も必要でしょう。微力ながら私もご協力いたしましょう。先に生徒会室に向かってください。人の心のほどき方、私流でよければ手ほどきいたしましょう。
Kiara, who had no intention to do before, now tells me she'll help us deal with the shield. I can this say, this has been better than expected. I'll go report to Leo in the student council room. Unfortunately, we can't just fast travel there just yet. Welcome back, Hakuno. If Kiara tell you anything that may lead to a clue. I report about what turned out to be more than just a clue. That was a shield, what that shield really is. Though surprisingly nods in understanding. Kiara is right. I study psychology, but all that amounts to is information. Even if I could gauge the darkness in a person's mind, I probably couldn't do anything to alleviate it.
Leo.
What are you saying, Leo? Your ability is the light of the sun. Facing you would dispel everyone's darkness. Thinking away, and I'll keep that in mind, unlike the one-sided faith, I'm aiming for a more human salvation. It looks a little lonely in saying that. Suddenly a faint memory crosses my mind. He certainly was the sun illuminating all. He held a night kingly sanctity which dispelled any and all wickedness, even emotions. However, that won't solve the root of the problem. As salvation merely illuminates when that sun has set, those left behind have only darkness left to sink into. In his final moments, I think he realized this. In his elimination, his challenge... Hey, Kiara. Pardon me, I'm Kiara Seshuin. I'm here to sit. Oh, how very summer it is in here. Even I feel awkward about intruding on a secret boys' meeting. If now is not a good time, could I return later? It's okay, we've been waiting for you, Kiara. Without further delay, please teach us how to destroy the shield. Yes, please leave it all to me. Although, about all I can provide is an explanation and a transfer. Transfer? Does it mean you already have something that will effectively counter it? Yes, we'll get that soon. First, I'll start by explaining what a mantle wall is. Destroying a wall to a heart is difficult. A wall is not something to be destroyed, it is to be understood. Think of it like that. Understanding, you say. This does mean sweeping away the troubles in one's mind, does it? No, it means seeing through the hidden nature of working in Rin Tosaka's mind and grasping it. Speak with her, battle with her, observe her, obtain her secrets. They will serve as the key to opening the door. To know one's enemy, once crossed blades with them, laying one and the other bare. Is that what you mean? Hardly. We don't learn a damn thing like that, Seshuin. That lift service may work on Earth, but this is the battlefield. We need solutions. Of course, I know. The mind's workings and spiritual reactions are usually measured through oscillating the brainwaves. To mention the metaphysical, the observer themselves must also become a being composed of mainly mind and spirit. Such is the far goal of a religious seek. Without the third eye of one which seeks, not external but internal form, one can't see minds. This is something that normally requires a great deal of practice, but we're in an emergency, aren't we? I shall bequeath you the pale imitation of the 5 meditations program, A10 school version. Oh, it's not that special of a technique, it just finds openings in a person's mind and extracts drags they don't even know of. 5 meditations, you say? There are 5 basic meditations in serving all worldly desires. Villainous of body, compassion, dependency on origination, phenomenal world, mindful breathing. Well now, I'm impressed, Gato. You're well versed in Buddhism too. Thanks for explaining. Of course, President Leo. I agree. I'm great at laundry drifting on the Ganges. However, the thing is about minds. You're going to say, well, quite difficult to find, yes? Yep, correct, my good lady. Hidden secrets are carnal desires. To attain nirvana, one engaged in self-awareness, sure, that makes sense. But the thing is, the road is for facing one's carnal desires. Looking into another desires makes no sense. Certainly so. However, Tosaka's different from who she was to be, yes? I took a vow to save all who are lost. I shouldn't have suggested it for these mere circumstances, Mr. Enlightened Monk. Yes, call me not worthy one, but a wandering monk. Monji Gato I'm still in training, you see. It's time for my bathroom break. I shall remember some business I have, so excuse me. Off he goes. Looks like Gato really struggles with dealing with Kiara. With the satisfied and troubled look on his face, he leaves the room while muttering sutras like, I'm not even gonna try that one. Let's try to the topic at hand, with the 5 meditations. Can we see through the Rin Tosaka's mind? Rather than see through, it extracts affected areas. The 5 meditations is a medical program. It detects the patient's scars and surges them with drags within them. That shield is a mental wall that keeps secrets safe, so if the secrets are known, the keeping part loses meaning. If the wall of the heart is a disease, then 5 meditations is a vaccine. Thinking of it as such will suffice. I see. I get the theory now. Let's install the 5 meditations to analyze and monitor Miss Tosaka. I'll observe the working of her mind. Once I deduces Miss Tosaka's secrets, it will physically extract them. Am I right? Yes, naturally. We must have Chinami do her best in gathering the patient's data. I'll correct you on one thing. He wants it installed in this room, but in Hakuno herself. Huh? Installing the technique onto me. I never experienced that before, but it's not that crazy. In cyberspace, bodies are composed of quasi-spiritrons, so it must be possible to install a program attached to the new functionality, and the master's codecast goes by the same theory. If there's anything to worry about, it's the procedure's volume. Powerful software will harm one's personality. Whoops. Will my body be able to handle the increased workload of this emotional observing technique that I've never even heard or seen before? Object to this. Kishinami, you mustn't be burdened with such risk. An AI like myself is capable of handling external software. Expanded functions is typically forbidden, but this is urgent. I can ignore the Moonspell's rules. Everyone's taken aback by Sakura's sudden outburst. Of course, I'm surprised when even Leo, Julius, and Gawain are blinking their eyes in wonder. Only Kiara is unmoved. With a calm eye, she smiles at Sakura. Why'd you say so? Huh? Even for exceptions, you must uphold the Moonspell's rules to your utmost, no? I'm asking why you decided otherwise. That's, because my duty to manage everyone's health. Outside the Holy Grail War, I can't allow Shinami to do anything dangerous. So that's why. If that's the reasoning, then I can't be at ease. Still, you won't do. Only humans can read emotions, Sakura. Even if you can observe, you can't comprehend. Moreover, Sakura not the only one who will confront Rin. Only she can do this. Does anyone else decide to object? If not, then Hakuno, come over here. Please close your eyes for a moment. I'll now bequeath you with a portion of the 5 meditations. Don't worry, it won't be a burden on your soul. It's only about as heavy as a command seal, so just relax. I have no right to refuse, because right now this technique is the only way to break through the shield. Doing as she said, I shut my eyes and loosen myself up. And then... There we go. What the hell are you two doing? Now, this is unexpected. Brother, start recording. Quick, quick. Use camera 4. Camera 4. So bold, in public. Ah, is that head around her waist a flutter or a swan, or a snake coiled around a Palo Santo tree? Sakura, are you good? Phew. Thank you for your patience. I believe I safely transferred the 5 meditations onto you, Hakuno. What? I turned to everyone in the student council looking for them for some explanation of what just happened. Lee was grinning and giving me a thumbs up. Julius was blatantly avoiding eye contact. Gawain gives Kiara a bow, babbling about how she made a passing good cheer. Thank you very much, Kiara, in more ways than one. Now then, Hakuno has been a penny with a new skill, right? Yes, since Hakuno is a rather feisty one, I narrowly almost failed. More ways than one? What's that mean? And feisty? I'll put up a fight. That's a total blunder. I'm frantically trying to push away my hands, but far from getting away, Kiara held me tighter the more I pushed. Feeling like she was coiling around me, I ended up at her mercy. Whilst presence indicates that the lady's source desires help. The rest depends on Hakuno's efforts. Huh. What efforts need to be made exactly? The details are not important as long as she gets Rin's feelings infused. A girl feels glad and hatred, joy, fear, whatever pleases her will suffice. And of course, that heart is laid bare. That's the opening of the 5 meditations in Hakuno to mercilessly deflower them. Give me a second. That's how it is, huh? So in a nutshell, find Rin, talk to her, fight if it comes down to it. It won't be any different from what we've seen basically doing until now. Shouldn't be different, I'm sure. So that is Sakura's job. Take the secrets Hakuno obtain, transfer it to the shield, and remove the wall. Also, a new technique skill will be necessary, Sakura. Earlier you said you could expand your functionality, yes? Yes, if I will assist everyone, then I think this will be allowed as an exception. Now then, Sakura, I shall have to ask you to take the remaining pieces of the 5 meditations. What I gave to Hakuno was ultimately only one part. I will insert the foundation of the technique onto you. Your base personnel will be overwritten, but there's nothing to worry about, Sakura. I unintentionally gulp. Overriding someone's base personality sounds really violent. This is different from installing external functionality. Sakura may be an AI, but I can't tell the difference between her and a human. I feel repulsed by Kiara threatening her like, treating her like a thing. But everyone is in Gal's room. Only I'm concerned about Sakura. Neither Julius, Leo, or Gawain, nor Sakura herself showed any hint of discontent. In this day and age, even if an AI is identical to a human, it's still like that. This common sense I learned somewhere some time ago flitted across my mind. Now then, this place is no good. Since I'll need to strip, I'll head to the infirmary. Okay, I appreciate that. Both of them left to the infirmary. I'm a little worried. It's really okay to leave them be. Should I check? I can't miss this.
いけません、レディ。同じ女性として気になるのはわかりますが、ここは自重すべきかと。
Hey, I was stopped before I could lift a finger. And by Gawain, no less. The very moment I looked away to casually go after them.
そうですよ。口元からよこしまな考えがバレバレです。ここはおとなしく待っていましょう。まあ、僕はお手洗いに行きますけど、少し紅茶を飲みすぎたようですね。
Yeah, you're not doing that, buddy.
レオ、お言葉ですが、あなたはここ数時間、紅茶はおろか水分らしきものを一切摂取していませんが。
ガウェインは細かいですね。お手洗いは勘違いでした。実は借りた本を返しに図書室に行く用事が。
The door slide open. Before Leo could finish speaking, Julius stealthily moved up out the door.
会長の手を煩わせるまでもない。様子は俺が見てこよう。
そんな兄さん、なんだってこんな時だけ気が利くんです。
汚れ仕事は俺の管轄だ。購買前で待機し、異常があるようなら保健室をノックし、中を伺う。
見事だ。まさに紳士の対応です。ユリウス、よろしくお願いします。まだレオには刺激が強すぎる恐れがありますからね。詳しい話は後ほど私だけに。
あ、それはずるい。兄さんも僕もそう年齢は変わりません。R15 までなら OK です。
I'm not to leave an approval. I can let Julius have all the fun.
お前たち、俺のことを何だと思っていたんだ。俺は本当に様子を見てくるだけだ。いい機会だから言っておく。生徒会秘書の名にかけて、不埒な行為は見つけ次第処罰する。
なんという堅物なのか。あの物言い、ランスロットを思い出します。
ユリウス兄さん、職務に忠実な人だと知ってはいましたが、ここまでとは。僕の失敗です。申し訳ありません。
Hey now, why apologize to me, Leo? Oh, they're back.
お待たせいたしました。さくらさんへのインストールは滞りなく。おや今度は楽しげな空気ですのね。男性だけの密会になると心は男の子に戻るのですね。微笑ましいばかりです。
Except I'm the one girl here. Since Leo randomly brought us such a peaceful subject, before we knew it, we started feeling like students again. More importantly, how is Sakura doing? If I ask anything, if I ask if adding this new function caused her any harm to her.
はい、特に問題はありません。心を理解することはできませんが、シールドの解析力は格段に向上しました。それでは私はここで。また何かありましたら遠慮なくお声をかけてくださいますよ。
Kara gives a slight bow and leaves. It was a slight motion, but the deep bow of her head was left a strong impression on me. She's the total opposite of over-exaggerated Gato. I figure out why Gato struggles with Kiara.
では早速起動試験といきましょう。桜迷宮に向かってください。
Alright, so. Huh? What's wrong, Hakuno? You still need to ask me something? No, there's no particular reason, but something about Leo is strange. Aside from his attempt at changing his Hogwarts persona, there's still something different between this Leo and the one I remember from back in my mind. But what? Ah, it must be the uniform, right? In any case, he still looked charming in my bronze-red uniform, which glowed in that blue school. Ah, I see. Certainly, even within that dream, Leo's wore a modded red uniform. It feels like a surprising number of people had red as their thing, and I think Leo is one of them. On that note, I also think this uniform I have on isn't the one I used to wear. Yes, when we were dropped to the far side, our uniforms seemed to have been forcibly altered. Something with our servants' clothing. Maybe we've been optimized to this whole school location. I'm a classical kind of guy, I like it. The retro girl sailor uniform definitely suits this evening's wooden school well. A change of uniform might be kind of nice as long as it's not the debuff kind. The one thing though, if our uniforms were forcibly altered, then how come Julius and Sakura's uniforms haven't changed? My brother never had a uniform to begin with. I wouldn't find that strange if the uniform optimization process would just ignore him. As for Sakura, what's the big deal? Whatever uniform she has on won't obstruct her functions, right? For a moment I want to hesitate and agree with the conclusion Leo whipped up. If it doesn't obstruct, there's no problem. Doesn't make her seem rather robotic. I know Sakura's an AI right now though. She's an ally helping us face this unknown maze. I think it would be nice of her to have a match with our uniforms at least. Maybe the commissary will sell our uniforms. And that is the hint to go into the commissary to buy the stuff.
ありがとうございます。
I was on the verge of leaving the student council room when Sakura abruptly thanked me. The others and I looked at Sakura in surprise after hearing her unprefaced remark. I asked why she's thanking me then.
あれ、なんででしょう。なんとなくお礼を言わなくちゃいけない気がして。すみません。やっぱり新しいソフトが入って少しだけ情緒値が不安定になっていたみたいです。どうか気をつけて怪我をせずに帰ってきてくださいね。
Indeed. Alright, let's again, that little talk with Leo, that was a hint, nudge, to go to the commissary and buy stuff. And buy the uniform there. Hey, Kotomine, how's it going? Huh? I'm pretty sure this man is, it's a Holy Grail War Management NPC. So why is he standing at the commissary?
納得いかないという顔だな。その気持ちは私も理解できる。何しろ同じ心境だ。どうやら今回の事件にはマスターだけではなく運営 NPC の一部も巻き込まれたらしい。その際に本来のロールを書き換えられてしまった。見ての通り購買部の店員だ。全くなかなかに胸が躍る。これでな。
Oops. A managerial NPC whose duty was overwritten. So does this mean every other human in the school is not a master but an NPC who's dragged into this whole thing?
大部分はな。巻き込まれた一部の運営 NPC ともともとこの旧校舎にいた NPC だろう。もともといた方はかつてのマスターたちの再現映像のようだが、所詮は虚像だ。予選の生徒と同様だよ。
I see. Not understand what's happening, but still. Knowing this priest is here is extremely discomforting at the same.
違和感には慣れたまえ。私はこう見えて潔癖症かつ凝り性でね。こうなった以上、最強の店員を目指す。君にとっては頭の痛いことだろうがな。それでは今後ともぜひごひいきに。
Alright. Yep. And we got the fast travel as well. Alright, let's just get this thing, shall we? Classic sailor, classic sailor uniform. And we don't have the archer outfit just yet. It comes in the next chapter. Alright, let's give it to Sakura, and then this is the start of the CCC route. You need to buy that thing and give it to Sakura, essentially. That's the thing. yeah, that's basically all the things you need to do in chapter 1. It's basically 1 or 2 actions per chapter that advance the thing, but we need to do it, right? Anyway, here you go. Shinami, something the matter? I called up Sakura as I went to hand over the classical sailor girl uniform I got a hold of. But just as she turned around, I got a little nervous. But I was just being presumptuous. No, it'd be a complete waste to stop now. I need a second set up to the same uniform anyways. I grabbed the folded uniform tightly, resolved myself, and trusted the uniform in front of Sakura. Under the sun, but take this, Sakura. Huh? Oh, what's this? I explained that was a classic Tsukimihara school uniform I got for her. Since Sakura's an ally helping us escape the far side of the moon, I absolutely want her to wear this uniform too. No, I can't. This SM is such a precious resource, so use it as a uniform for me. Please return the product to me at once, and buy something else with it, like a recovery item or a mystic code. It hurts to have Sakura reject it so profusely. I did expect her to be confused by it, but I didn't expect her to say no. Was it being presumptuous after all? That's not it. I just meant you could keep an order of priorities based on the situation, so I don't want to inconvenience you, Kishinami. So, if it's not that I don't like it or anything like that. Really? Really? Really, really? Really, really? So please don't look down. I look up and say, in that case, if you really are not opposed to uniform, then, as an ally of the student council, as an ally who supports Hagumi Kishinami, I definitely want you to wear it. I'll definitely look good on you, Sakura. You're a curious person, Kishinami. No one else seems to mind things like this. I understand. Since I need to change, will you accompany me to the infirmary? Of course, I don't mind if I do. Let's sit in Gal's room along with Sakura. There is the new uniform. Set complete. What do you think? Well, the new-founded wonder, I answered Sakura's question with an understated reaction. You look adorable. Her trademark white gown and pale-colored hair glowed against the dark blue sailor uniform, and coupled with her graceful movement, she was like an admirable kohai who'd start to care without realizing. It's the sort of impression I get. That example is kind of embarrassing, but I'm glad you do not think I look weird. Also, I feel as the processing speed has increased so much, perhaps because I've been optimized. Thank you very much, Kishinami. I'll admit she liked it. It was strange, I was strangely all nervous about it, but I'm glad I got her a matching uniform. Let's keep doing our best, Sakura. Yes, I'll be supporting you as best I can, so please do your best as well. And thank you very much. I'm having trouble finding some words to say, but I'm happy. Alright, that was the beginning. We'll be getting more often into the library. For now, let's just go to the student council room. Talk to her a bit more. Asking about my disable, yeah. Yeah, just the same dialogue as usually does. Let's go to my room. Let's see. Nope. Let's go to my room, see if Archer has anything to say, and then we can call it a day for now. Alright. So, other than that, in this chapter, there's nothing else to do. Yeah, just proceed as normal, basically. Alright, and that is gonna be it for now. Alright, everyone, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time for more Fate Extra CCC. Ciao.